Welcome to episode 2 of my little mini series of What's in My Gym. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the gymnastic ring, why I love it, some of the exercises I do, what you should look out for. So first off, you're going to need a block of wood, a small knife, and a good spare 20 minutes to carve one of these bad boys out. Seriously though, these are a class piece of kit. I have wooden ones. You can get thicker, bigger ones. They're competition grade size. I also have a couple of black sort of pairs, plastic, and they're pretty good for outside. I use them for my outdoor rig, and the kids play on them, so they have a lot of fun with those. I would recommend the wooden ones because they feel better, they look better, they're just aesthetically a bit nicer. And actually these were dear, and it wasn't even the fact that they were wood, it was as much that the straps had numbers. So if you're getting rings, I recommend you get the ones with the numbers on the tabs. Just makes it easier if you're doing especially a ring only workout where you're maybe doing some press ups on the rings and you're going into ring rows, or you're maybe doing ring dips into ring chin ups. Having the numbers just makes it a lot easier to find your place if you're doing any sort of superset or back to back stuff. So my favorite moves are the skin the cat, which is my first one, and I actually said this years ago to a gymnast, and he competes on the rings, and I says, oh yeah, can't do any of that crazy crucifix, iron cross, Maltese stuff, but I can muscle up the handstand, I can maybe do a meat hook and a couple of sort of things. And I mentioned the skin the cat, and he said, skin the cat? Never heard of that on gymnastic rings. He competed in gymnastics. So for guys like me who are very low level at this carry on, especially in the specialist game of something like the rings, a muscle up, especially in like a CrossFit or whatever, it's like, oh, muscle up, that's class, you got a muscle up. And gymnasts just look at it and go, yeah, we do that, and we don't even count it as a skill, we just do it to get to our next level skills. But the skin the cat is basically where you're hanging off the rings and you pull your knees up to your chest, and you do it basically, it's a somersault style shape, and we call it skin the cat. There is another name for it, I think, but I know it as a skin the cat. Don't know why it's called that, but that's what I know it as. And the great thing about these sort of exercises is it's so much fun. And I remember training a girl years ago, and her daughter was in, was quite young, sitting reading a book with her legs crossed. She looked very sophisticated, and the mum was just doing skin the cats on the rings, just having the absolute time of her life. So the rings are that childhood feel about them. So if you set up a set of rings somewhere and set up a time-lapse camera, it's only a matter of time before people come over and start doing circles on them, and that is essentially a skin the cat. So that would be my number one favorite exercise. It's great for grip, opening up the shoulders. You should hang as much as possible, so it's definitely a go-to move. Great for beginners, great for advanced. As you advance in the skin the cat, you can add in angles and do like the meat hooks, one arm meat hooks. You can tie it in with muscle ups and forward rolls and backward rolls. So yeah. That's just one part of the rings. My second move would be the muscle up. A great question always comes up on like internet forums and chat room, Facebooky type stuff. If you could only do one exercise, or if you only had one piece of kit, what would you do? And I remember actually being on a course years ago, and they had this idea of lower body intensity. So you hit your lower body with heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, heavy single leg work, get your pistol squats, whatever. And upper body complexity. So rather than just bench pressing big, it was better to nearly try and work on levels of difficulty. And the rings gives you that, because you can do like a scaled off press up. You can go to a harder press up variation with some support moves in there. You can do ring dips. And the muscle up to me is probably my second big exercise. So you've got the chin up element in there, the pull up element, you've got a lovely transition element, and you've got your dip to support at the top. You hit a lot of upper body on that one exercise, that one rep. So the The rings for me are brilliant because they have those advanced moves, but they also have beginner moves, and you could be training a black belt guy and a white belt guy on a pair of rings, and they can both get a brilliant workout out of it. So if you're looking to invest, get the wooden ones, get the ones with the numbers, and just have fun with them. Start off with some circles. Another question that comes up with the likes of the Muscle Up, is it easier on the rings or on the bar? So the bar, same idea, you're basically hanging, pull yourself up, over and push. The rings, although there's the instability of the rings, you have a pocket where you can pull yourself through and push out. The bar, you have to get over the bar, so it's a bit harder, and you might have to just give a wee bit extra kip when you're learning them, but again, you don't want to be kipping massively. So for me, I prefer the rings, and I think if you're going to get them, yeah, what a cheap, brilliant piece of kit for indoor and outdoors.